11th Annual Awards Banquet. Please welcome to the stage your MC for tonight and Right at Home's Director of Organizational Learning, Michelle Kester.
Good evening. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 11th Annual Right at Home Awards Banquet. Thank you for being here for tonight, and thank you to Advantage Telemessaging and Regal Awards for sponsoring tonight's cocktail reception. We come together to honor achievements and milestones reached the previous year. Tonight's a true celebration, kind of like a birthday party. In fact, we celebrate a number of birthdays this week. Bill Love, Lourdes Simons, Julie Burkett, Tracy Wilhelm, Jacob Munoz Hamilton, and Alan Hager, whose birthday happens to be today. Thank you all for sharing your special day with us. To lead us in singing Happy Birthday to All, I would love to introduce Tara Cowherd, International Programs Coordinator. Tara. Just kidding.
Hold on. Hello.
Okay, well, don't tell Tara this happened. Thank you, Tara. Good job. We are fortunate to have some special guests celebrating with us tonight. Alan would love to have us greet them.
Well, thanks, Michelle. And I tell you, I just want to again say thanks to everyone here. You know, what a week. And I got to ask you, with an applause meter, how was this event? Well, I have to agree with you. I've heard from several people that I've spoken to that, we've set the bar pretty high in the past, but this one is just as high. And we keep, putting that up further and further. And that's really due to all of you. I want to thank our franchise partners. I mean, it really is about what you're doing in your communities. I want to thank the staff and the family that came with all of you as well. I mean, you're continuing, I think, to make this event even more robust and more meaningful with your participation as well. But most of all, this evening, I really do want to give a special thanks to the Right at Home corporate staff. Could I have all of you stand up, please? And wow, under the leadership of this person right here, they have just, what an amazing, amazing job you've done. Absolutely. And we've introduced most everyone, but I do want to introduce tonight, we have with us our board members, Terry Oswald and her husband Al, if you could please stand up. And Sharon and Bruce Hansen, please stand up. Thank you for your continued support, over these years, and things just continue to get better and better. We sure appreciate it. And I would also like to introduce someone that many of you have already met. Patricia and Dan Maizano, would you please stand up? Many of you have met Patricia and Dan. Patricia is the founder of ICOR USA. It's a franchise system that has a lot of relationship with what we do. They began 15 years ago and provide financial and medical advocacy. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me finish here. And then we'll do
Happy birthday, dear Alan. Happy birthday to you, and many more.
And this is my daughter, Kelly. She actually is in the job market, so. She graduates in June. Just put that out there on your network. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. But Patricia and Dan have joined us. ICOR, just to give you a little bit about ICOR USA, they do medical and financial advocacy for the disabled and seniors. I began our discussion with them in a relationship a couple of years ago. They refer to right-at-home offices all over the country. They're based in Pennsylvania. And then I joined their board and I invested in the company, and we're continuing to grow our relationship. We'll be telling you more about that. They're a wonderful company. You can get online and take a look at them. Well, that's enough for the introductions. Again, thank you all for being here. Thanks for the greetings, and have a wonderful night and safe travels home. Thank you.
We have many awards we're so excited to distribute this evening, so we are going to get started. We have previously recognized continued performance levels 1 and 2. We begin tonight by recognizing continued performance achievement levels 3 through 7. The Continued Performance Awards are given to recognize offices that have achieved revenue benchmarks. The offices must have 4 consecutive weeks of billing within a quarter in excess of the revenue benchmark to receive the award level. Award recipients, please meet on the left side of the stage by the screen. You'll receive your award, and each award group will remain on stage for a photo with Alan and Brian before exiting the stage. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. We'll begin with Level 3 Bronze, 4 weeks consecutive billing above $75,000. The award is received by Barbara Madison, South County, Missouri. Julie and Brad Burkett, Central Oregon. Patty and Trev Hippis, Appleton, Wisconsin. Robert and Carol Bromer, Sonoma County, California. Jim and Vera Duchak, Zelienople, Pennsylvania. Don and Peggy Orlando, Forest Hill, Maryland. Mark and Nicole Ross, East Atlanta, Georgia. And Bill and Christy Love, South Memphis, Tennessee. Next, we honor Level 3 Silver, 4 weeks consecutive billing above $90,000. Received by George and Jan Strickland, Central Orange County, California. Scott and Cammie Schubert and Charles and Judy Schubert, Southwest Kansas City, Kansas. Next to be recognized is Level 3 Gold, 4 weeks consecutive billing above $105,000. David and Terry Mazzone from Bakersfield, California. Dan and Elaine Fox from the Desert, California. Edwin Young from Austin West, Texas. And George and Jan Strickland from North Orange County, California.
What's in front of you? Yeah, go right.
In the final Level 3 category, we honor the Level 3 Platinum Achievers for 4 weeks consecutive billing above $120,000. This honor is earned by Terry and Tony Fenno, Hamilton County, Ohio. Janet and Carl Keebler, Somerset and Hunterdon Counties, New Jersey. Ben Solomon and Jay Solomon, Bellevue, Washington. Kristen Carlson, Galveston, Texas. Jeff Welsh, Macomb County, Michigan. Tom Arnold, Wake County, North Carolina. Terry and Lisa Jeffers, Rancho Cucamonga, California. And Robert and Susan Brown, North Atlanta, Georgia. Let's give a round of applause for all Level 3 Continued Performance winners. Achievers in the Level 4 Bronze have achieved 4 weeks consecutive billing above $140,000. Received by John Kindred, Indianapolis Southeast, Indiana. Harley Cohen, North Dallas, Texas. And Keith Zimmerman, Greater York, Hanover, Pennsylvania. Next to be recognized are the Level 4 Silver Achievers, 4 weeks consecutive billing above $160,000. Jeff Welsh, Detroit Metro, Michigan. Melanie Lamar Hancock and Brian Turner, Washington, D.C. Randy and Susan Price, Northeast Texas. Bill and Sandy Cortuccio, North Shore, Long Island, New York. And Kim Monks, Upper Cumberlands, Tennessee. the Level 4 performance winners are the Platinum Achievers, 4 weeks consecutive billing above $200,000. And our award is received this evening by Matt and Sandra Boyd from Nashville Metro, Tennessee. Let's give a round of applause to all Level 4 achievers. Next, we celebrate the successes of the Level 5 Continued Performance Achievers. Winners in the Level 5 Bronze category have had 4 consecutive weeks of billing above $225,000. This award is received by Bob Hingston and Diane Fortner from Pasadena, California. Our next category is Level 5 Silver, recognized for 4 weeks consecutive billing above $250,000. Earned by Greg Fulton from Hilton Head, South Carolina, and Savannah, Georgia. The final category in Level 5 is the Platinum Achievers, awarded for 4 weeks consecutive billing above $300,000. Received by Vladimir Zarkin and Helen Balco, Boston Metro West, Massachusetts. And Jim and Sandy Pellegrini, Boston Southwest, Massachusetts. Let's congratulate all Level 5 Continued Performance Achievers. Level 6 Continued Performance Achievers. In this level, winners in the Level 6 Silver category are honored for 4 consecutive weeks of billing above $400,000. Earned by Steve and Carol Luber, Central Maryland. And Lance and Tammy Brigham, Fresno, California. Level 6 Gold winners are recognized for 4 consecutive weeks of billing above $450,000. Received by Mark and Colleen Turner, Northern Virginia. Our final Continued Performance Award goes to the Level 7 Achiever. This franchise has achieved silver standing for 4 consecutive weeks of billing above $600,000. received by Ted Bernhardt, Boston Northwest, Massachusetts. Congratulations to all of our Continued Performance Award recipients. Next, we congratulate the President's Circle. The President's Circle recognizes top performing offices within our system. Eligibility is based on the revenue of either single territory franchises or the combined revenue of multi-territory franchises during the fiscal year. All offices billing in excess of $1.75 million are eligible to participate in the President's Circle. As I call your name, please make your way to the stage for a group picture. Congratulations to the following members of the 2013-2014 President's Circle: Peggy Baker and Danielle Dyer, Bonita Springs, Florida. Ted Bernhardt, Bedford, Massachusetts. Paul Blum and Bob White, Bloomington, Minnesota. Nick and Darlene Bosco, Brick, New Jersey. Matt and Sandra Boyd, Nashville, Tennessee. Lance and Tammy Brangham, Fresno, California. Frank and Liebeck Callahan, Rockland, Massachusetts. Rochelle and Norm Condi, Manassas, Virginia. Sandy Cooper and Aziza Cooper Diallo, Atlanta, Georgia. Jay DeVille, Rome, Georgia. Terry and Tony Fenno, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Florence, Kentucky. Greg Fulton, Bluffton, South Carolina. Eric Hicks, Charleston, West Virginia. Bob Hingston and Diane Fortner, Pasadena, California. Michael Jusium, Sarasota, Florida. Jay Kenny and Rosaline Doherty, Salem, Massachusetts. Melanie Lamar Hancock and Brian Turner, Washington, D.C. Peggy Langdon and Kirsten Pade, O'Fallon, Missouri. Bill and Christy Love, Memphis, Tennessee. Steve and Carol Luber, Frederick, Maryland. Barbara Madison, St. Louis, Missouri. Teresa Marchese, Laguna Hills, California. Brian and Christina Maroney, Linwood, New Jersey. Kim Monks, Cookeville, Tennessee. Lou and Mimi Myers, Rockville, Bowie, Maryland. Marcus and Stephanie Paul, Grand Blanc and Livonia, Michigan. Jim and Sandy Pellegrini, Foxborough, Massachusetts. Randy and Susan Price, Tyler, Texas. Bob and Nalia Scandura, Weathersfield, Connecticut. Carla Shepard, Jackie Herdzina, Dee Horn, and Joel Herdzina, Wichita, Kansas, Edmond, Oklahoma. Ben Solomon and Jay Solomon, Seattle, Washington. George and Jan Strickland, Tustin, California. Rich and Janet Sullivan, Londonderry, New Hampshire. Mark and Shelley Terry, Colorado Springs, Aurora, Colorado. Mark and Colleen Turner, Fairfax, Virginia. Jeff Welsh, Royal Oak, Michigan. And Vladimir Zarkin and Helen Balco, Newton, Massachusetts. The Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year award recognizes the franchisee who experienced the fastest volume and revenue growth for the first 12 months after their initial office officially opened. This award is open to all franchisees who had completed their first full year by June 30th of the year preceding the annual meeting. I am proud to announce that Mark and Nicole Ross of East Atlanta, Georgia are Rookies of the Year. Our next series of awards recognizes system expansion. To announce the winners in this category, please welcome Blake Martin, Vice President of International Operations.
Good evening, Michelle. Well, I was told under no uncertain terms was I to go off script. And then they said something about something called a teleprompter. So, speaking of rapid growth and Rookies of the Year, Brian mentioned yesterday that we have reached a rarefied area as an organization. As a franchise system, we've gotten to a point that many franchise systems never reach. And sometimes, when you have that kind of growth, you just need to create a whole new category of awards to recognize it. So I'm happy to be here tonight to recognize our first series of System Expansion Awards. The first in this category is the Emerging Franchisor, and it recognizes international master franchisees who've entered franchise system expansion by awarding their first territory in the preceding calendar year. So if any of you are counting, that means 2013. Tonight, we honor Right at Home Brazil, led by master franchisee Eduardo Schweitzer, and Right at Home Canada, led by master franchisee Michael Martino. Mark Gallagher, Executive Vice President and COO of Right at Home Canada, will be receiving the award for Right at Home Canada. The second System Expansion Award is the System-Wide Growth Award. This award was developed to recognize the international master franchisees who've achieved proportional national growth in their franchise system in 2013. We are honored tonight to award 2 system-wide growth awards, both of whom have entered this at the platinum level this year. One award goes to Right at Home China. Right at Home China is led by Yao Li and Helen Chen. Their marketing and PR managers accepting tonight on behalf of China to recognize system-wide growth in the year 2013 of nearly 200%. The second system-wide growth award goes to Right at Home of the United Kingdom, led by Managing Director Ken Deary. Accepting on behalf of the Right at Home United Kingdom is James Bond, Ken Deary. This award this year is being given in recognition of system-wide growth in the United Kingdom of nearly 400%.
I wish to welcome Eric Little to the stage to present this year's Ambassador Awards.
Thank you, Blake, and congratulations to all system expansion achievers. Next, we honor those who serve as ambassadors of Right at Home. The Right at Home Ambassador Award recognizes the franchisees who have helped Right at Home grow by referring new franchisees to our system. The new franchisees are friends, former or current business associates, and family members of current Right at Home franchisees. Tonight's Ambassador Awards go to Tim and Lisa Randall for referring Greg and Eileen Balbera in Plainview, New York, and Mark and Nicole Ross for referring Terry Rogers in Bel Air, Texas.
Next, we recognize offices for their financial growth based on the Continued Performance Awards. The third highest growth award recognizes the office or offices that generated the third highest financial growth based on the Continued Performance Awards for the period of July 1 through June 30, preceding the annual meeting each year. Please congratulate Eric and Tiffany Cole, Houston Bay Area, Texas. The second highest growth award recognizes the office or offices that generated the second highest financial growth for that same period, July 1 through June 30, preceding this meeting. Congratulations to Dr. Don Duran, Mississippi Gulf Coast. The highest growth award recognizes the office or offices that generated the highest financial growth for that same period preceding this meeting. The winner is Mark and Nicole Ross, East Atlanta, Georgia. to the highest growth award winners. I now invite Mike Flair to the stage to present the 2014 National Caregiver of the Year Award.
Good evening. I don't know if you realized I was pretty depressed when I had to show up tonight to dinner without any makeup on. But nonetheless, we're here to celebrate this accomplishment. On Thursday, we recognized 4 franchisees for their caregivers being selected as region winners. Tonight, I'm honored to present to you the 2014 Right at Home National Caregiver of the Year. This year's winner embodies the home improvement theme because once you meet her, you know she has the passion to serve and the power to succeed. Please turn your attention to the screen and meet our 2014 National Caregiver of the Year.
They say history repeats itself. That's definitely the case for the 2014 National Caregiver of the Year, who has a long history of caring for others. This special caregiver has dedicated her life to caring for others both in her family, professionally, and even as a community volunteer. Mary Hartsock has a long history of caregiving, beginning in her youth, caring for younger siblings after her mother's untimely passing. She owned and operated her child care center for over 20 years and provided care to her late husband during an illness before his passing.
I was 79 years old, but I didn't want to retire from everything because I don't think people should ever sit down and not do nothing. So I come to Right at Home and met Miss Carol, and I told her my story, and then she gave me a test. And said, well, I can put you to work. And then I met Steve, and he was just as friendly, and I thought, man, this is a great couple to work for. So that's how I got started.
I think Mary's greatest contribution to our company really has been her loyalty. And not just the loyalty to the office and the office staff, but more importantly to the clients we have.
Usually each client that Mary cares for, she has them for years and years.
She genuinely cares about people, and that comes across.
Since joining Right at Home in 2003, she has a lot of people talking. They talk about her intense work ethic, her unwavering loyalty and dedication, her sharp skills as a caregiver, her never-ending compassion for clients, and her ability to bring a smile to everyone she meets. Mary has become a role model for others in the Right at Home organization. In over 10 years of service, Mary has never missed one single shift.
We thank you for all your dedication and service. Congratulations.
Way to go, Mary.
Yeah, just thank Right at Home to the high heaven for everything they've done for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2014 Right at Home National Caregiver of the Year from the Northeast region, Mary Hartsock and franchise owners Steve and Carol Luber.
Here on Wednesday, and I thank God first for giving me good health so I could come. I've always wanted to come to this office, but work, you don't just up and leave it and go. I want to thank my family for all their inspirations of wanting me to come. And most of all, I have to thank Steve and Carol. They are just wonderful to work for, and they're just such a big help with everything that you do. They really go out to all out to help their clients and make sure that they get the best care that you can get. And I thank them, and I thank Miss Carol for getting me to come to here. Now I want to thank the staff. They all have been so wonderful to me. They've given me so much to think about. And one lady in this office, Miss Chris, She has taken care of me the past 2 days, just like a mother would take care of a child. So I really appreciate it, and I want to thank the whole staff. I won't name names because I'm afraid I won't remember everybody. Thank you.
Well, we hope you've been inspired and moved by tonight's award. What you didn't see on that video is another part of Mary's life, and that is her unending support of Alzheimer's. And Mary has made numerous trips to the White House in support of Alzheimer's. She's attended Senate Appropriations Committee hearings, and she's a lifelong supporter of that cause, which has affected her personally and which we as an organization support in a big way. So I wanted to mention that. Mary, you're truly an inspiration to all of us. I want you to know that. It's really Mary's work that makes all of this possible. And I want to thank the corporate Caregiver of the Year team that helped facilitate this and make this happen. And one final thought. Tomorrow morning, as for those of you that are staying at the hotel, tomorrow morning outside your door, you may be able to read more about Mary in the local paper. I wanted to mention that. So a final comment. Next year, when the bell rings for the Caregiver of the Year program, I hope you'll consider nominating at least one caregiver who's so deserving in your midst. It could change your life, and it could change the life of one of your caregivers. So, Mary, thank you again, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mike. Revitalizing the Caregiver of the Year program is a beautiful thing. It was a wonderful thing to see tonight. Tonight, we also recognize the winners of the Awards of Excellence. We honor those territories with the highest revenues in both single and multiple territory categories. Let's start with the single territories. The third highest annual single territory revenue award recognizes the franchisee who has generated the third highest revenue in the franchise system for the period of July 1 through June 30 preceding this meeting. Received by Steve and Carol Luber, Central Maryland. The second highest annual single territory revenue award recognizes the franchisee who has generated the second highest single territory revenue for the same period. Congratulations to Mark and Colleen Turner, Northern Virginia. For the highest annual single territory revenue award, congratulations go to Ted Bernhardt, Boston Northwest, Massachusetts. The awards of excellence continue as we recognize outstanding achievements in multi-territory ownership. The third highest annual multi-territory revenue award recognizes the franchisee who has generated the third highest revenue in the multi-territory category for the same period preceding this meeting. Congratulations to Mark and Shelley Terry, Greater Colorado Springs, Colorado, Denver, and Arapahoe Counties, Colorado. The second highest annual multi-territory revenue award goes to Jay Kenny and Rosaline Doherty, Boston, North Cape Ann, Massachusetts, and Wakefield, Melrose, Massachusetts. This evening, the highest annual multi-territory revenue award goes to Bob and Nalia Scandura, Hartford County, Connecticut, and West Hartford, Connecticut. Applause to all of this week's award winners. As our time together comes to a close, let's take a few moments to reflect on this year's annual meeting. The week's been filled with education, networking, and building a stronger business. The goal was to increase the passion for the work we do and to feel empowered to be that much more successful. We have a bright future ahead of us, one that's filled with passion and power. To wrap up tonight's celebration, we look back at some of the highlights from the past few days and hear your thoughts about what home improvement means to some of you.
Everybody ready for some fun? Well, you never know exactly what's going to happen when you get right at home people together. But the one thing you do know is they're going to have a lot of fun, and they're going to learn, and they're going to have just a great experience.
Favorite thing about being a right-at-home franchisee is all the families that we get to help.
And I know the caregivers. They're a lot of fun to work with.
And so is their boss.
The excitement here was awesome. There were a lot of people, old faces I saw here, new faces I saw here, and here's one. He's from the other pond. They're free because of us, by the way.
Everybody at the head office, we'd like to say we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything you put into this conference.
Now it's time to go oot and a boot.
Now it's time to go oot and a boot.
The right care
Michigan. We in here. Right care, right at home. We in your face. Yeah.
The right care, right at home.
The right care, right at home.
Thank you so much to everyone for attending Home Improvement. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next spring in Glendale, Arizona. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the 2014 Home Improvement.